Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I prepare my pets for a pet sitter. Today is Friday and I will be leaving around 4 o'clock, and I have my pet sitter coming tomorrow morning and evening, and then Sunday morning as well, and then I'll be back by Sunday evening. Now all my pets will be taken care of by the pet sitter except for my dogs. I am taking my dogs with me because they're really easy to travel with. They love the car. And I'm not taking my rabbits specifically because this is only about a day and a half that will be there, and it's a 5-hour car ride, and it's really just not worth the stress of putting them through a car ride, getting them there, getting them settled in, and then putting them back in a car to drive home. So let's just get right into this video. I'm going to show you how I prepare my fish, my hamster, and my rabbits for my pet sitter. So here's Cosmo. I actually just cleaned his tank about 2 days ago. I like to make sure that I clean everyone's enclosure or tank just shortly before I'm actually going to leave for vacation. So right now his tank is pretty clean. He's kind of just sitting there. If you notice this new foam pad, I added this over the water spout to allow the water to dissipate more and not create a heavy current inside this tank. So to prepare him for the pet sitter, his light is already on an automatic timer, so that makes that super easy. Sometimes I will put a beta vacation tablet in his aquarium, but since I have a pet sitter specifically coming to take care of my pets, I am going to have her give him some beta food. And I'll show you guys how I do that. Here is my large fish tank. It's like 40 gallons and has a bunch of black mollies in it. I also just cleaned this tank. I cleaned the filter and gave it some extra water, so it's all good to go for this weekend. And this tank also has a light that is on a timer. So this is the beta food, and then this is the food I use for this large tank. And the way I prep the food is I have these little containers. These are literally like little craft containers. I believe we got them at the Dollar Tree, and they're like the perfect little size to just put like one serving of food in here. So that way the pet sitter doesn't have to worry about overfeeding or underfeeding my fish. Now let's start with the beta food. I feed my beta once a day in the morning. So my pet sitter is only gonna have to feed him Saturday morning and Sunday morning. So it probably doesn't look like that much on camera, but that is about how much my beta will eat in a day. And I always just switch up between the flakes and the freeze-dried bloodworms. So I'm going to have her feed him one day of flakes and one day of bloodworms. There we go, the beta is all ready to be fed. Now the big tank is a lot less complicated. All I feed them is these freshwater flakes, and she will have to feed them both on Saturday morning, Saturday evening, and Sunday morning, because I feed my fish twice a day. Now I have divided up my big tank's food. Again, probably doesn't look like that much in the camera, but I also don't have very many fish. Most of them are babies right now, so this is how much I give them twice a day. Now that I have those all sorted, I'm going to go grab a piece of paper, and I like to give her specific instructions along with emergency contact information. So here's my note for the pet sitter. So I give her instructions of what to do in the morning, which is feed the beta, feed the large aquarium, and then feed the rabbits pellets. This kind of has other details, so I'm going to leave her extra instructions downstairs by the rabbit pellets, which I will show you guys later in the video. And in the evening, she has to feed the large aquarium and feed the rabbits veggies, which I will leave more info for her in the fridge, which is where I will be keeping the rabbit veggies. And then I just have the beta food here and the large aquarium food there. I just finished getting the fish completely ready for the pet sitter, and I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about selecting the right pet sitter. When selecting a pet sitter, you want to make sure this individual really cares about your animals and that they're going to actually take proper care of them while you're gone. With rabbits specifically, they are a very fragile creature, and your pet sitter needs to know the signs of GI stasis just in case it occurs while you're not home. Your best option would be to have a pet sitter who has previously had pets that you currently have and has taken proper care of them. But in my case, even, that wasn't a solution. So my pet sitter is a local pet sitter in my area, and she usually pet sits for dogs and cats. And I just thought I would reach out to her, so I messaged her on Facebook and asked what she thought about taking care of rabbits. And she informed me that she's actually looking at taking care of more exotic animals, and she would love to learn more. She was very excited to come over and be introduced to my rabbits and to learn everything she needed to know. So one thing I really like about the pet sitter that I have is she came over about a week before I had her pet sit for the first time, and she introduced herself to the dogs and the rabbits just so they kind of knew who she was. And I was also able to show her like where the veggies are, where the pellets are, how the cage is set up, and some of the basic information like that is really hard to communicate like over text or through a note. So I thought that was very beneficial. So if you're gonna have a pet sitter, try to get them to come over and just learn your routine a little bit. So that's all the tips that I really have for selecting the right pet sitter. Hopefully that helped. And let's get on to preparing Oreo, my hamster, for the pet sitter. So this is Oreo's enclosure, and over there is her water and her food dish. She's clearly not out right now, but I'm going to give her some fresh water, and I'm also going to go ahead and feed her, and I'm going to clean her sand bath. I only feed Oreo every 3 days, and today is actually the day I would feed her. So I'm going to go ahead, feed her, and then the pet sitter is not going to have to worry about feeding her at all while I'm gone. And also she doesn't go through her water very quickly, so the pet sitter will not have to worry about refilling her water bowl either. Well, it seems as if I have woken her up. So I got her fresh water, her food, and her clean sand bath, and all I have to do is put it back into her enclosure. Oreo's already chowing down on her food. Water's in place, sand bath's in place, so that's really all I'm going to do, and the pet sitter won't have to do anything while I'm gone. So yeah, that was pretty easy. So we're gonna go ahead and prep the rabbits for the pet sitter. So I actually just cleaned their enclosures this morning so they'll be nice and clean throughout the weekend. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to grab their water jug and her water bowl, and I'm going to give them fresh water. So over the weekend, the pet sitter will have to replace Guinevere's water since it's only a bowl, but she will not have to worry about Cocoa Puff and lollipops since it's a big gravity water jug, which is super nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give these to the bunnies, and then when I give these to the bunnies, I'm also going to pull out their litter boxes and fill that with hay. I just cleaned out their litter boxes yesterday, so the pet sitter should also not have to worry about cleaning out the litter boxes. So here's their litter boxes, plump full of hay. There's so much hay in here that will be plenty for this weekend. Also, my pet sitter does know that she will have to refill these if for any reason my rabbits go through all that. But I honestly really doubt it. Usually I can fill them really full like this and they'll last like 2 to 3 days. So the rabbits have fresh hay, fresh water, their enclosures are clean, and no one's going to be here this evening, so I'm going to go ahead and feed them their veggies now. Usually I feed them later in the evening, but we might as well just feed them now. And while I'm feeding them, I'm also going to prep the veggies for this weekend for the pet sitter. So let's go upstairs to my kitchen and get the veggies ready. Alright, so I have all my veggies here. We have the 2 bowls I'll be using tonight to give them their veggies, and then I have containers here. I have 3 containers. So basically what I do is I put 1 rabbit serving of veggies in each dish, and then I will just have her put 1 container of veggies in each litter box. And I also have this note I'm going to put on the containers when I put them in the fridge. This is actually from the last time she pet sit. Basically just tells her to feed them each a container, put it in their litter box, take their pellet dishes out of their litter boxes in the morning, and then place the empty container in the sink and just make sure everyone's eating. It's pretty much all that says. So we're gonna go ahead and get their veggies ready. We have kale, cilantro, spring mix, and collard greens. So I'm going to take these veggies down to the rabbits and put these veggies in the fridge. So the rabbits are all situated, fresh water, clean enclosures, fresh hay, veggies. Use my other rabbits. Also clean enclosure, fresh hay, veggies, clean water. So they're all good to go. The last thing I have to do for the pet sitter is get their pellets ready for the morning. So again, I have a note for the pet sitter. This is from the last time she pet sit. Basically tells her to give my rabbits a treat and pellets and change Guinevere's of water bowl and just make sure all the rabbits are eating. So I am going to prep the first day for her with the pellets, and I'm giving my rabbits 1/4 cup of Oxbow Essentials adult rabbit food. So each rabbit will get 1 bowl in the morning, and then she will have to refill these for Sunday morning. Then I also have treats right here. I have 6 of them. So each of the rabbits can have 1 treat in the morning for both Saturday and Sunday. And these are the Oxbow baked treats, apple and banana flavor, in case you were wondering. So that's it for the rabbits. They have their veggies in the fridge, the pellets down here. That's really all that she will have to do. I really like timing everything just so she has to do the least amount possible. That's just me. I like to be nice like that. So yeah, the rabbits are ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned something new. Maybe this helped you prepare your own pets for a pet sitter. And if you did like it, make sure you leave us a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, live life to the fullest.